In pretty much every video game, there is some kind of video game enemy that we encounter, and most of them have different skills and abilities. They either make them easier to fight, harder to fight, or just have good items on them so you beat the crap out of them anyway. Some enemies are just fine, but they can actually become, more dangerous at night. So I wanted to look at some interesting enemies that actually become stronger at night, and if they're not stronger at night, then they come out at night, which I think is a very interesting concept since the night is already creepy and scary, so the fact that these enemies become stronger or come out at night makes it even creepier. So here's the top 5 enemies that appear at night in video games. Catherine is a video game where most of the gameplay occurs at night, so as you can tell, lots of the enemies occur at night, which is the terrifying boss battles. If these bosses kill you in your dream, it kills you in real life, so they're trying to make you fall to your death or crush you in some way, and they just make the game a lot harder to figure out these puzzles. And so obviously our main character doesn't want to ever go to bed, but he still does. Let's get this straight. I'm not a huge fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, but I do admit that the enemies come out at night and they are pretty terrifying the first 2 times. But anyway, these animatronics only come out at night and attack you, and at the day they're all friendly and yada yada yada. These enemies do not care, they just want to get you out of your night shift and kill you. I don't care how much you're paying, I'm not doing it. They move on their own and are pretty powerful since they pretty much crush you or eat you alive. It's just not a good situation to be in, and this is an enemy you definitely want to stay away from. During the day, they're kid-friendly, most of the time, except for the Bite of 87, but otherwise, you want to stay away from them at night, because that's when they're the worst. There are multiple different kinds of zombies in the Dying Light video game, and most of them are pretty terrifying, but they're even worse at night where these zombies become even more powerful, so you definitely want to stay away from them at night. These zombies that get the worst are the hunters, the volatiles, and the biters. These terrifying zombies become even stronger, and they're already creepy in the daylight, so they're even worse at night, where it's harder to see things in the first place, but now the zombies are even more powerful. If you want to take on these terrifying zombies, I definitely suggest some pretty good weapons, because they are not going to make it easy on you, not having good light, and they have powerful moves, and they're just terrifying in general, and you want to stay away from them. They're zombies, they don't care about you. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is an outstanding video game that has a feature where there's both day and night, which is when these terrible enemies come out every single time the sun goes down, and they get in your way. These enemies are called the Stall Child, and they are not fun. They only come out at nighttime, so they're not that big of a problem, but they do get in your way whenever you're walking through a field in the middle of the day. Then it becomes night, and you have to constantly be fighting these things off. And it makes it creepier because the Stall Child, well, they are dead children that come up from the dead at night. So, yeah, childhood ruin. These enemies are pretty easy to defeat, but it does make the nighttime pretty annoying. Number 1 on my list is the zombies from Minecraft. Of course, there are many other enemies in this game that come out at night, but this is one that I see the most, and they drive me pretty crazy because you don't always see them since it is kind of dark. And although they are pretty slow and easy to get away from, if you don't see it behind you, it will catch up to you and it will kill you. It makes nighttime pretty tedious since you're building all day, but then at night you have to be defending yourself from these terrible, terrible creatures. Everybody always says don't mine at night just because of these creatures always trying to come out and kill you. It does definitely give the survival aspect to it, but at least they're not creepers that will kill you any time of day. So there's that for you. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, please subscribe.